blue corner, Keefe.
All right, Keefe. Another 10th planet guy. First time inside the Fury FC cage. Hasn't fought since 2021. That 2-0 record. Has some good experience. Has fought on some other bigger promotions as well, Michael.
And, you know, it makes each fight more and more difficult until you get to the point where you're just, which may be the point that Mitchell Cupp is at now. I'm just going to let it all hang out and just, you know, just let my hands go and just, you know, see what happens.
The 903 shooter, Mitchell Cupp. All his fights have ended in round 1. Even going back to his amateur days, he fought 8 times, and the fight only got to the second round twice.
Yes.
Our tail of the tape, brought to you by Space City Collective. Make sure you get your holiday gifts right now from that awesome crew there. Height advantage, reach advantage to Keefe for this welterweight bout. Let's get our official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, brought to you by Space City Collective, is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury FC welterweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist is 6 feet 2 inches tall, and he weighed in officially at 169.8 pounds. Fighting out of Austin, Texas, by way of San Jose, California. His professional record stands at 2 wins, no losses. Here is Sugar Keefe. And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, and he weighed in at 174.4 pounds. Fighting out of Dallas, Texas, today he looks for his first win as a pro. Here is the 903 shooter, Mitchell Cupp. Your referee in charge of the action, Professor Joe Solis.
All right, Professor Joe Solis inside for the first time. Let's get this going. Keefe, blue gloves, Cupp, red gloves.
Yeah, Keefe, you know, good for him to be back in the cage after a couple-year layoff. Fought for Bellator in only his second pro fight, so, you know, the scouts saw something in him, and then had a little layoff there for a couple years. Now back in the Fury cage. Mitchell Cupp.
Yeah.
Mitchell Cupp landing a left hand there. Nice little uppercut.
Oh, man, that was a big right. Wow.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's going to be enough. That is a stoppage right there. Joe Solis had to jump in. That right racked him.
Wow.
That was the loudest right I've ever heard Colin fights here.
Oh.
Wow, man, Michael, that was brutal. Oh, my gosh.
Shane Keefe over there telling Eric Garcia, set me up again for January 21st. Oh, there's a big right hand.
Man.
And then here comes another. Oh, man. And then Joe Solis didn't have both hooks in. Shane Keefe sent him right over the top. Wow.
Man, I wish we could hear the audio of that right. I've never heard a right connect like that.
Yeah, this just shows you some people just have those thunderous connections whenever they throw their hands, when they land, it lands like very few things you can describe. I mean, and you're right, Raheel, that sounded like he had a firecracker in his hand.
I'm so shocked right now how brutal that was, and that immediately, man, what a moment. Well, for those of you who are watching, we do have one more fight, but that is now going to be a swing bout after our main card broadcast on UFC Fight Pass. But first, let's make things official here.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes 50 seconds into the very first round, declaring your winner by TKO, Sugar Shane Keefe.